Hey, you! Do you want to be rich? Do you want to have everything you've ever dreamt of? Do you want to be the person in your dreams? Do you want all your dreams to come true? Well, get ready, because I'm about to give you the advice that is going to make you rich. I'm going to give you advice that is going to make you fulfilled and happy, and it's going to fill every void that has ever been empty in your entire life. Are you ready? This is it. Stop making excuses! Excuses! That's why you're not rich. Stop making excuses why you can't be rich. You can be rich. You can have everything and anything you want in this life. Anything you want. Oh, but I don't have a college education. It doesn't matter. Oh, well, I had really rough circumstances when I was a kid. It doesn't matter. Oh, well, I'm poor and I don't have any money. It doesn't freaking matter. Stop making excuses why you can't succeed. All you have to do is realize that your excuses are literally standing between you and everything you've ever freaking wanted. Another day of fooling yourself for greatness. So yeah, another amazing day. Something about this week, something special about it. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty crazy. Just been floating all week. Yesterday and today especially. Just floating, man, like in the clouds. So many ideas, so much going through my head, so exciting. Things are taking on just such a real feel. Like I feel like I am there. Anyway, so today I've been doing a lot of thinking about stuff, and this one thing kept coming to my mind. I was having a conversation with somebody, actually two different people I've had a conversation with in the last couple of days, and this came up, and we seem to be in agreement that this is one of the big reasons we keep talking about. I've come across a couple people that are very like-minded and very like kind of going through the same thing with me right now with this law of attraction type stuff, and I've come to a new realization, a new understanding that there's so many possibilities in your life for anything you want to do. And I wondered, I've heard a lot of it talked about different videos and stuff, but I've wondered, why do people have such a hard time believing that they can do this stuff? And, I think what it is it's basically from the time you're young, from the time you're a kid, you're told, well, work hard and someday you can you'll have what you need, or someday you'll have nice things, conserve, work hard, put away, and get a good education, do all this stuff, which, of course, education's, very important. But the thing is, it's really not that cut and dry. It's not like that. And we're discouraged from doing certain things and from aiming too high. We're discouraged from, trying to aim too high in our goals or our aspirations. And anytime we talk about something that we want to do that sounds like it might be absolutely amazing, we're told, well, no, just go to school and get a good job, go be a architect or a accountant or engineer, which all those things are fantastic. And if that's what you want to do, then amazing. But why do it when you don't want to do it? So this is why. it's we are programmed from a young age to a certain way, okay? So then we get in our life and we get going, and why is it that once we figure out, because at some point everybody comes to a aha moment or a realization that this sucks. You know, like I don't want to be working like this. I'm not happy with my life the way it is. I'm not, I don't want to just get by. I want to be able to spend more time with my family, or more time experiencing the world that we live in, or, having money to buy things that I see that I like, that I want. Life doesn't have to be like this. And why at that point don't people take the step to say, you know what, I don't like what I'm doing, I'm going to go do it? Well, the reason why is fear, and because they're following the followers. So fear is such a crippling condition. It's such a big deal. And man, no one knows more about this than me. And my whole life, I have let fear dictate what I can and can't do. And there's been times where I've overcome it. When I was a young fat kid for a long time, I couldn't run a mile in 25 minutes. I mean, I was horrible. And I had a dream of being a police officer. And you have to run as a police officer, and you have to pass the physical agility test. And it's not a big coincidence that the fact that, I basically committed to that I was going to do it. I was going to go start running, and it took me 2 full years of running and working hard just to get to a point where I could pass the physical point. Now, it's no coincidence that happened to be around the first time that I learned about the law of attraction. Now, I didn't realize it as the law of attraction at the time, and I didn't realize what it was or its power at the time. But I had gone through about a month-long period where I had listened to some self-help stuff that had to do with this same principle, positive thinking and believing what you want to achieve and stuff, and it changed my life dramatically. And I only followed it for about a couple weeks or something, and I went from being the fat loser to having friends at school, having a very happy life. And it wasn't long after that I decided, I'm going to do this law enforcement thing, and I went through, and I passed all the tests. I got into the academy. I went and did the whole academy, which in itself was such a major feat for me, because we were doing stuff that I'd my whole life never been able to do. Jump over a wall. I could never jump over a wall. I never did. Do a pull-up. I literally, before the police academy, I'd never done a pull-up in my entire life until I was in the police academy. And there were things, and I just somehow, I pushed myself. I wanted it so bad. I pushed myself, and I made myself do it. And unfortunately, things didn't work out after that. And it was my fear not allowing me. It was my insecurities and my fear that got in my way that ultimately caused the end of that. And so what I'm saying is that we allow ourselves to be afraid of these things, and we allow this fear to cripple us. Now, there's 2 types of people in this world. There's a type of person that says, I want that. And they say, you know what, I want that, and I'm going to have it. And they don't look at anything except for what do I need to do to get there? What do I need to do? Who do I need to talk to? What boxes do I need to check to make this a reality? And they go and they do it. And then there's the other person that has been me my whole freaking life until 3 weeks ago. And what that is you always go straight to what's in my way. You don't think about what do you want. You think for a second, what do I want? And then you immediately think, well, what's in my way? Oh, I can't do that. It's too hard. I can't compete with that. There's nothing I can do to do that. And you give up before you even start. You don't even try. One of my friends brought up a pretty good analogy today. He was saying he had heard someone somewhere talking about, like, they were in a race, and at the end of the race, they gave out free bagels. It was like a marathon. And so they got through the race, everything feeling great, and everyone's over getting bagels. They're like, oh yeah, sweet, let's go get a free bagel. One guy says to his friend, and his friend looks at the line and says, nah, the line's too long. I'm not going to sit through that line. And he's like, dude, it's free bagels. Let's go grab a bagel. It sounds great right now. I said, well, that does sound great, but that's a really long line. So that's when that guy realized there's the people that know what they want and they just go get it. Or there's the people that go straight to the mindset of there's stuff in my way and I can't do it. So today's information nugget is like me urging you. One of the hardest things to overcome is that fear, is that nagging thing pulling at you saying, I can't do that. Well, there's too much work. And I caught myself after I've been talking to it. I caught myself and I realized I've been doing it since I've started this. And like, there's been certain things that I've done that like, well, I get in my business that I'm opening up and the area that I'm going into, like I noticed that I'm like aiming myself in a way that's going to be easiest. And the thing is things that are worthwhile aren't the easiest. You don't go into it with the mindset of what's easiest. What's the path of least resistance? I mean, it's great. If that works, fine. But the thing is where the real reward is, where the real money is, where the real love and appreciation and caring and where the stuff is what's hard. It's not what anybody wants to hear. And that's why the large majority of our population is just content with getting by, because they don't have to deal with the fear. They don't have to deal with the doubting themselves. They don't have to go through that pain or discomfort, whatever it is. And most of it's not even discomfort. Most of it is the perception of discomfort. Most of this is just the perception that you're going to fail, the perception that you're not good enough. And the thing is most of the time, I would say probably 99% of the time, it's an inaccurate perception. You just have to get out of your own head. Go out and try. You know what? Maybe you'll fail. That's another thing I started realizing is, I'm so worried about doing, or up till now, I was so worried about starting this venture or starting that. And I hear so many people, well, you could do that and then you could like lose this, or you could, end up losing your cars. You could lose a bunch of money. You have to put like $1,000 to get started. Dude, if your mindset is such that you're like, oh, okay, well, me to put down $1,000 to start a business is going to make me rich, or the perception that I might lose my car because I won't be able to make the payment in the time it's going to take to get my $1 million operation off the ground, or if you're in the mindset that, oh, I might have to struggle for money to make this happen, so it's not going to try. It's way too scary. It's way too risky. I'm not going to do it. Then it's never going to work for you. You have to get past that mindset. And I'm getting past that mindset. I'm really making a lot of traction right now. And this week is definitely a momentous turning point for me. And I came to the realization, like, I'm putting 100% into it. If I can't make my payments, my credit card, my debt payments, so what? Literally, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? They take me to collections. I have a judgment against me. I ruin my credit. Okay, well, I'm going to be a millionaire in 5 years. So my credit's going to get a lot better again. If it gets so bad where I lose my house, I'm obviously never going to be homeless because I already make plenty of money. So what's the worst that can happen? I have to move out of my house, swallow some pride, move into an apartment, even buy, sell my cars. Luckily one of my cars is paid for, but what are the other car? I lose one car and I have to go buy $1,000 car to get by. And then soon enough, I'm going to be a millionaire. I can go buy all that stuff again and nicer. So everything that you're afraid of is a misconception it's a false perception in your mind. And you need to find a way to get past it. However you need to do it, listen to the tapes, but you need to get in your head and correct yourself. Because that is what's stopping you from succeeding. That's what's stopping you from being the most successful person you know. And you know what? I've been fooling myself for 2 weeks. I've been fooling myself and saying, I'm the most successful person I know. And you know what? This week, I'm not fooling myself anymore. I literally am the most successful person I know. I am right now. And I don't care. dude, it doesn't matter what you have to say about it or what anybody else has to say about it. I am literally the most successful person that I know, that I am in contact with right now. I am fervently heading to achieve a goal that I set out. That is far away and just so much farther ahead than 90% of people out there. And you know what? If you're in that 90% that are just saying, okay, I'm going to get by, and if the reason is fear, or the reason is doubt, or the reason is because you've let negativity rule your life, please, I beg you, I'm begging you, get away from it. Run from the negativity, run from the fear. It's hard. It's not an easy thing. You have to work at it. But you can do it. And I'm telling you, because in a couple years, when this YouTube video has 10 million views, people are going to be looking at this and they're going to hear me say, I have been up till now the most unlikely person that would ever succeed and be a millionaire. My attitude, my habits, everything that I've ever done, I am the least likely of person before this that you would ever expect to be a millionaire. But you know what? When you're watching this video and you look down and you see it has 10 million views, and you can see on my new videos, and I'm a millionaire riding around in yachts or whatever. I mean, whatever the case may be. Maybe I'm just crazy more successful than I am now. Maybe I don't have a yacht, but maybe it'll take till then for someone to realize that the people that are rich in this world, there is a number of people out there that are, special, that are smarter than the rest or whatever. But the majority of them are not smarter than the rest. The majority of us are every bit as smart as the richest people out there. It's just a matter of motivation and a matter of the way that you think about things. And once you start thinking about things, you start doing things different. And once you do them different, people react to you different. Once people react to you different, your confidence goes up. And once your confidence goes up, then you have you have no fear to do anything you want to do. And then you just do it and you succeed. And that's why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and that whole cycle happens, and it will never change. That is the way it is. And if you're in the cycle that goes poorer, or even in a cycle that's just, okay, I'm all right, I'm getting by, if that's okay with you and you're happy with it and you are doing what you love, then turn this video off. You're wasting your time. If you love life and you're enjoying what you're doing and you have no complaints and there's nothing you need to improve in your entire life, then just shut the video off and don't ever watch this kind of stuff again, because it's a waste of your time. But if you have one thing, and it doesn't matter if you're rich as all get out, if you're the trillionaire right now, but you are not happy in any way, shape, or form, emotionally or romantically, whatever, or if you are it doesn't matter what it is in your life that you are not happy with, this will correct it. Your attitude will correct it. And I'm pleading with you, oh my gosh, once you just take the step, just take a couple steps, just give it a shot. Once you try a little bit, you will have no choice but to fall head over heels, and you will be all over it. And it just takes you over like an engulfing fire that you cannot put out. And it's a good fire. It's a fire of just amazingness. So I'm done ranting. I hope that you really heard how it frustrates me, because I look at all the people around me, and some of the people that I work around, some of the people that I know, I see the potential in them. I see that they are a millionaire. They just haven't realized it. They have no drive. They have, like, even when I brought it up to them, they're just like, they have no reason to try. You are a millionaire. You are someone that is incredibly loved. You are someone that is charismatic, that people want to be around. You just don't know it yet. And you won't know it as long as you have a crappy attitude. And if you are on this journey with me, I congratulate you. And please, anything that I can do, put in the comments. I will do anything I can to boost anybody. And like I said in the beginning, if you know, give a like or subscribe. Someday this is gonna have 10 million views, and you know, it's gonna be pretty cool to say I was one of the first to subscribe to his channel, you know, and in a couple years when I'm a millionaire and I have millions of views and I'm being talked about all over the place, and he'd be like, well, I subscribed to that guy's channel when he was a truck driver making $60,000 a year, barely getting by, and I saw his change. I mean, I'm sure there's someone that's done this before, but I don't think it's a real I don't think it's been done too many times where literally that's the day and age we live in. You can seriously watch me as a freaking barely getting by broke schlub and enthusiastically change my life, and you can watch me every step of the way. So like, subscribe, send comments, let me support you, answer questions. I would love, just ask me questions. I'd love to answer questions. Anything you got. Share your story, ask me about things in my story, anything. I don't care. I'm an open book, and man, just let's do it. It's awesome. Until I see you tomorrow, having another amazing day. And if you're not having an amazing day, then you need to go back and watch the rest of my videos and go watch a lot of other people's videos, because it's time for you to change, and it can happen right now.